When the housing market outpriced and kicked out Paul's retired blue-collared, calloused hands to the street, I felt compelled to tell him that home is where the heart is, as if summing up his entire experience in 6 words could absolve me of my privileged guilt. See, I've had my fair share of bare cupboards, stuffed with crumbs and dried ketchup packages, ravaged by the mice the cat was too tired and too hungry to manage. My clothes so hand-me-down that I drowned in the nostalgia with every article I pulled overhead, understanding that each stain held a story, each hole a lesson in survival, resistance, and courage. My bed was never empty. It was often stuffed with one or both siblings, our feet often mingling, their feet always kicking. But I could never say that I had no one to turn to, because I just had to roll over. But his reality could very well be my reality. And too often I find myself here, gambling on the edges of reality seemingly picked for me, stitching meaning into the patchwork seams that silverline my dreams, till I'm left sweating on the outskirts, waiting for my card to be called, left clutching these cards like discarded cloth caught on skeletal fingers shoved at the bottom of my closet. So I digress. I fold. I open my closet and I go all in. Play the hand you've been dealt, they say. When kids were battling pickup lines, I was straddling the poverty line, welfare lines, grocery lines with coupons clutched in checks we knew would bounce. Color between the lines, they tell us, but how? When we aren't the ones drawing them, when we colored and they tried to stuff our art into thick-lined boxes that wouldn't fit. Why don't you just try harder? Paul hears. As if his clothes don't drown in wisdom. As if all he had to do was stand in a different line. As if we haven't already colored him into a box we teach our kids to forget. As if the only thing standing between us and acceptance is change for our purses. Well, with pursed lips, I am begging for change. Sometimes he sleeps in a semi-trailer, forgotten in a lot. A coffin, a cacophony of screams in his head that his voice is too tired to shout. Of lines that were crossed. Of words put in his mouth. I told him, home is where the heart is. But what I needed to tell him is that my need to tell him anything speaks volumes to my own ignorance and ego and assumption, and that the embodiment of empowerment doesn't come from sparing some change, but from sparing others from our judgment, from demanding to see the humanity in humans, by making sure you give enough credit that you don't bounce a reality check.